Hello again. Today is Monday, the 23rd of September. Plenty on the go for you here on the SABC News Channel. We also have a presence in Katlehong. That's where Build One South Africa's media briefing has just been collapsed by seemingly angry community members there. It seems Ayanda Allie, who is part of that organization, is now speaking to the media. I wonder if we can just dip in for you, get your sense of what's being said.
To say, come and sit here. Don't bring people to come and disrupt the proceedings. Sit here and give your version of events. He refused and he declined to come and be part of the briefing. Instead, what he did was cause commotion. I said to him, come and sit here. I put out a chair. I'm among the people who put even the draping in this place. I said to him, come and sit here and give your version of events, your right of reply. He refused and instead brought a mob to come and attack this program. So I then said to him, if you don't want to sit down, rather leave with your people. He declined that too. So you can't insist on wanting to sit here and have his say. When I invited him on 2 occasions and he declined.
But what other efforts have you tried to try and engage them? What is their concern?
Their concern is that the taps are finally running dry. The days of abusing and using old people, entrepreneurs, young people here are over. Qatar's Shop Owners Association demands 300 Rand from all of its members. That 300 Rand is demanded from people who are orphans, who are widows, who have grants, people who don't have money. They demand 300 Rand from them in order to represent them with Family Tree. What have they done for these people? Paint their shops green. After they painted their shops green, they took them to training for a couple of weeks and nothing came of that. They promised them funding, they promised them stock, they promised them refurbishment. None of that came to pass. When Build One South Africa got to the legislature and we unearthed the finding of the previous committee that called for a forensic investigation, then you started to see the people scour from their hidden places and try and close that investigation. Just this past Friday, Member Mfikwe, who is the deputy chairperson of the committee, came forward and said that forensic investigation will be done. Now you will start to see. You will hear noise from Family Tree. You will hear noise from Qatar's, just as you've heard now. But the people who are suffering, the shop owners who are here, are legitimately saying enough is enough. The mob that he has brought here are not even shop owners. He's brought people who are not even familiar with the story to try and fight. But don't be surprised when the taps run dry and corruption ceases and people know that they're going to be arrested. You can expect this kind of behavior from them.
Let me just bring you in, Mr. Maimane.
Here I'm with the entrepreneurs because that's the side we stand on, and I want them to also tell their story.
But just talk to us. It must be concerning that you are denied a chance to speak. I mean, we just saw the scenes whereby people that are trying to disturb you just storming in there.
I'm not concerned about that at all. The pain is that when there's corruption involved, it forces people to manipulate South Africans who are hungry, South Africans who are unemployed, South Africans who are now being used as political tools. And I will not be deterred. I will continue to fight that those who are corrupt are locked away, that those who are abusing our people. Here we come in this community. You talk about divisions. You cannot allow for people to be used in the manner that they are being used in. And therefore, I stand firm with the community here. We will fight for job creation. We will fight for entrepreneurs. I will make sure that those, as I said, as I emphasize, we are not going to put up with criminal elements who are being used in communities. And I'm glad the police are here. The police will attend to them. It is not mine. The enemy here is not those young people who are being abused here. The enemy is unemployment, and I will not cease. I will continue that fight.
Okay, let's just bring you in. Just introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from.
Okay, my name is Godman Sibogo. I'm one of the Pick n Pay market store owners. So we're in partnership with Pick n Pay. So since Pick n Pay has left over a year ago, all right, so now I'm representing a lot of stores that have suffered, where it all started with Pick n Pay being a partner of us. I'm sure here, even in Katlehong, the community knows few stores that were Pick n Pay market stores that ended up being closed. Now, the township economy has always been hijacked, all right? We are dealing with issues of the foreigners who are occupying our space. Now, even big business in South Africa has taken that opportunity to even exploit the market. Now, I am so glad that Bosa is actually bringing this thing up. As last week the meeting was set with Mmusi Maimane, and we trust that even him as the MEC, he will do something about this thing. And we think that Bosa is here to assist us. And it's all said when you see our people fighting against the cause that is supposed to benefit all of us. We are all in trouble. We're supposed to be putting hands together.
Did Pick n Pay explain to you guys why they have left these small stores?
So what we we've done as a result of this issue is that the management of Pick n Pay were quite sincere in that they wanted to meet with us. We've requested a meeting. That meeting will be granted. The store owners will come through, and I want to give them the absolute right to be able to speak on such issues so that we can get to a resolution of this matter. What we want is for economic prosperity. And the issue at core, as I'm working with entrepreneurs, is so that we engage and be able to speak. And I think I prefer that when we build partnerships, they are fair, they are equitable, they work for everybody, and we can deliver the sort of job creation that we need, particularly in townships. That is the fight that we are in, and I'll certainly be engaging the leadership of Pick n Pay with Ayanda, consistent with what happens in Gauteng and the entrepreneurs who are here.
As an entrepreneur, are you familiar with the faces that are causing
I think
commotion?
there's a gentleman who would know.
No,
Actually,
yeah,
the
here's a gentleman who is
who alerted us to this crime scene that has been happening
Are you
here.
familiar with those ones who are against people?
No, I'm not familiar with them.
So they're not from here?
They are from the surrounding area. However, all I know is that they are just community members. Some of them don't even own spaza shops. And I think they have been misinformed because the issue that we're fighting for here is we've been promised funds, we've been promised that they are going to grow our businesses. We've been promised by Family Tree Holdings and Cattle Shop Owners Association that they will make sure that we have a proper compliance for us to qualify to get this funding. And it seems like they still don't get it. We know for a fact that this funding was not only funding from Noto funding, there are other private sectors who invested in these programs. They are even using their friends service provider, which is Sobetu Properties Trading as Heritage Business College. And it's a conflict of interest. You can never use your friend as your service provider. The HR of Military Holdings is also a managing director of Sobetu Properties. It's a conflict of interest. They are sharing one office. They are sharing one office in Midrand, but there is a service provider, one receptionist. All along we have been attending online courses. They don't want us to attend from their offices. There are some of the entrepreneurs, they are here, they are witnesses. They don't want us to attend from their offices. They only want us to attend online. When we raise questions, when we ask for clarity, we get threatened. We are told that if you don't want to be part of the program, you must be out. I'm one of those who were chased out of the program without signing any of the dismissal letter, without anything from Family Tree Holdings. However, we also engaged with Family Tree Holdings that there is an organization that I was part of that is taking 5,000 rands from the members to run spaza shops. And in this community, the foreigners were removed, but the very same person who's running that association, he's taking 5,000 rands from that foreigners. He's telling them that he's the one who's operating these shops. So when you see a green shop, those are his own shops. So he's taking 5,000 rand, 1,000 rand, 2,000 rand. We've got slips on that. We've got people who've got receipts based on that allegations, because that it's totally wrong.
What is that 5,000 for?
He said to them it's the money that he should be paying. That means he's been using a protection fee via a donation, because there's no way you can tell a person that here's a shop, it's empty, give me 5,000 rand and run it. If you don't give me, I'm going to chase you out. That's totally wrong.
Okay, let's bring in Zambia here. You have been quite angry there. Can you just tell us, you came with your people, what are your concerns? And why did you disturb this briefing?
No, we didn't disturb them. Firstly, I'd like to greet everybody. I didn't disturb them. I was invited to come to this media briefing. I understand they've brought, Bosa members. I'm dealing with business people here on the ground. So everything that was said and all these allegations that have been said by Mageza, it's a lie, and it's a very serious thing to lie. Before we've got facts. Two, they didn't give me a chance. They didn't give me a chance to respond to all these allegations. It's been 3 months now. My name has been tarnished every day. So what is happening? We see here there's this thing of white monopoly capital. We understand and we know that there are companies that are coming to bring 500 containers of shops here. So they are using Mageza. Mageza is just being used, and is also using Bosa for Bosa to pay his court fees. So this is what is happening. If a person, you see now, is telling me that we are doing protection fee, In my life, I've never done any crime. I'm not doing any protection fee. I've got members here. They've got shops. These people that you are seeing here are members. And you must ask them, is there anyone, please, Ayanda, can you please keep quiet? I think she's a professional journalism, but she doesn't take journalism very serious. Because why? First, she didn't even come to me and hear my story. Two, as a professional journalism, you are supposed to have facts. But because she's driving political points, she's talking the way she's talking, because she's Ayanda. She called me on Twitter to say, I want to make a debate. How can you make a debate with a person that doesn't even know? I can't debate because when I had a professional journalism, so me, I'm a businessman, giving power and empowering our people here on the ground. Another thing that is supposed to happen, the very same Makeza, they're proposing that Catara shop owners chairperson must fall. That is not going to happen. Two, why do they come to Katlehong? If you can go around here in Katlehong, there's not even foreigners. He's just talking like this because he's living in Palm Ridge. Why does this all Pakistan foreigners there? Why don't they go there? They must go to Palm Ridge, not here. Here, if you're from Huntersville, you'll never find a foreigner. You'll never find a foreigner. Why do they come here? Here, we don't want political parties to come and fight our own township economy. We can fight our own economy because from 2019, we've been alone here.
So has Bosa come to you and want to talk to you in person?
Never.
Because we saw you when you...
Ayanda, wait. You see guys, how Ayanda is behaving. Is this a professional? Is this a professional journalist? You see, there's a difference between being a politician and being a journalist. There's a difference. You see, it's the kind of behaviors that we're experiencing to our journalists. She's speaking, she doesn't show professionalism. That's why.
All right, so it's a very charged environment there in Katlehong. We've stayed on that as much as we can. But what we can ascertain at the moment, Build One South Africa was meant to give a media briefing in that particular area in response to what they say is corruption that's essentially robbed some of the people who rely on the township economy there of their jobs and their spaza shops. Ultimately, there are funds that they say have been made available to uplift the township economy there, and those funds did not make it to their intended beneficiaries. The party was actually meant to give what they call feedback from their previous visit to that area, and it's actually been disrupted to the point where it's collapsed, and what's now emerged is two very clear factions within the community itself. On the one hand, people are saying that the money has been siphoned, presumably implicating a whole lot of people, including those in government. But on the other side, including the gentleman still speaking now, they reckon that in fact that money did go to the intended beneficiaries and is working as it should. Our Ntlantla Kgatlhane is part of our team there. He'll obviously get both sides of the story for you and ascertain where the facts lie in this context where this war of words has now collapsed